Hi, Gemini. Welcome to your March Tarot forecast with me. My name is Brooke, and welcome to Nightbird Tarot. This reading is for all those born under the sign of Gemini. Please watch for your sun, your rising, as well as your moon sign in this video. This is a general reading. If you'd like to book a more private, in-depth reading with me, you can check out my website in the link below, as well as links to my social media as well. So Gemini, let's get started for the month of March. What I see and currently in what you're dealing with, Gemini, very much something very a big life event for many of those that are watching. You have three major arcana cards in your first line. 1, 2, 3 next to each other, beginning the start of that line. We see the Hierophant followed by the High Priestess followed by the Chariot. This very much speaks to me as having to follow some sort of traditional route of perhaps doing something. This could be in traditions of religion. This could be in traditions of your upbringing. This could be in traditions of family tradition. This could even be following the law or following some sort of set of rules or traditions. This could be in tune with those that teach, those that preach, those that follow a certain guideline to something and having to follow that protocol, followed by the High Priestess in terms of also following the set of rules or following the set of laws that you have to adhere to, Gemini, but also following your intuition about events, about what you feel. And there may also be something that has not revealed itself to you, even though you may be having to follow certain protocols or certain guidelines. Many of you, however, with that challenge of perhaps having to strictly adhere to something, following your intuition has been your best ally because you're also very much in charge or very much in control of a situation. With the Chariot card, whether you may not even realize it, there's a lot of courage and a lot of drive with that card as well, moving forward very fast for Gemini in the month of March. The Chariot card, the Eight of Wands, is following that, so very much about things moving very fast, picking up speed in a certain life event. This could be a lot of calls, communication, letters, documents. And this also could be very indicative of things very much moving at a faster pace this month for Gemini as well. There is a court card that ends this line. We see the Queen of Cups. This could be very much in tune with mothers who are watching. The Queen of Cups, however, is a water sign, but the Queen of Cups in particular could be your actual mother. This also could be if you're a mother yourself. And the compassion, the unconditional love given that is needed to this situation, especially if you're dealing with something on a serious level. This could be divorce, separation, alimony, child support, something where perhaps you're having to go by the law, by the written word, having things that are possibly out of your control in terms of having to follow certain guidelines, certain rules, certain procedures set in place. Your best ally, Gemini, once again, is using your gut instinct, using your intuition, paying attention to any psychic prowess that you have this month, especially your dreams. That is your best ally, and things are really going to pick up speed because you're very focused and you're very determined and you have a lot of courage in dealing with this life event. This is a general reading, so this may apply to many of you in various forms, so keep that in mind. Now, coming out of this, what you have experienced because of this life event that is indicated, Gemini, is a sort of loss or feeling abandoned or feeling as if you're having to take on things on your own. This also could be a financial drain or financial strain for you, or not having all your resources. This is also very indicative of emotional abandonment, emotional fallout, feeling as if you do not have that support because you're facing and tackling things primarily on your own. Also, it's one indicative of and tied in with walking away from something emotionally that's no longer serving you, but it has its purpose. Many of you may be taking a final exit from this life event. This may be an ending for many of you. Many of you may be walking out of a situation that has caused you feelings of fallout, feelings of emotional abandonment, and doing things on your own. And this may continue for you in the next month as well. But there's something that is very much in tune with your life purpose from leaving this situation or walking out of this situation. You've given all you've got, Gemini, and it's more what you're seeking is emotional stability instead of emotional instability. We do see the page of rods followed by the moon. The page of rods could be indicative of a child, male or female. This could potentially be an earth sign. However, the page of rods is very much about news. The news you may receive this month, Gemini, may be a bit muddled. Normally, the page of rods can indicate good news is on its way or something in the form of communication or messaging. However, next to the moon card very much indicates to me, Gemini, that it may be very muddled. There may be something within the fine lines that you may want to read and reread because something is not presenting itself as factual, actual, or realistic. And the moon card can very much be about deception, illusion, the shadowy part of ourselves. This could be very much in flux with people's mood swings, changing their mind, putting one thing down and acting a certain way. Very much pay attention to other people's actions in concert with this life event. That's the message for Gemini. What is going to come up for you, Gemini, in the month of March, I think, is very much about steady, slow progress in the situation and to continue on your progression and moving forward with this as well, because there's some sort of action or new direction you're taking that will have a financial purpose, or there's a financial backing to this for you. And it's very much long-term stability, getting things set up perhaps for your children in the near future or your family. Very much about having inner resources and inner strength this month, not only within yourselves, drawing upon your survival skills emotionally, but coming from other people. A good, loving support system is very much needed for Gemini in the month of March. And you do have a court card that has shown up, and we see the King of Cups. The King of Cups could possibly be a water sign male. However, the King of Cups is very derivative of father figures in the tarot deck. He's compassionate, he's unconditional love, he's supportive, he's imaginative. His emotions, however, can be very watery. They can go one moment to compassion and love and generosity to being standoffish and a bit cold and a bit disengaged as well. You may be dealing with that kind of personality or characteristics that's involved in this life event for you in the month of March, Gemini. I do see what is beneficial and what to incorporate. You have the Queen of Swords, and with the Four of Rods. The Queen of Swords is very much an air sign female, but she's very much in the direction of firm communication. Be very concise and clear and directive in your words, written words, verbal communication, and you may come across as being very defensive. You may come across as being very stoic. You may come across as being cold yourselves, but there's a reason for that, because you're wanting to establish a better, solid foundation, Gemini, for the near future, especially going forward. And the next 4 months, I think, is very applicable for Gemini in establishing a firm, steady, solid foundation in your home, in your family life, and with your family members, and even your children. So very much about wanting to establish firm, steady, solid foundations, emotional stability instead of the emotional instability perhaps that Gemini has been dealing with. Now, in your outcome card, I see the Six of Cups has appeared, and the Six of Cups is very much tied to your past, very much about connectedness to your past emotionally for Gemini. This could be nostalgia attached to a certain person that you're dealing with in this life event from your past. It also could bring about much reflection for Gemini when it comes to past emotional attachments or past emotional relationships, and perhaps repeated past patterns in relationships that keeps cropping up. And you may find yourself reflecting upon this, journaling. You could be doing meditations. You could be doing some sort of healing therapies for yourself, such as massage, Reiki. Many of you may be wanting to tackle on or even going into some sort of therapeutic sessions with another person to get down to the creamy nougat, so to speak, Gemini, of perhaps how to deal with this situation, what the best course of action is for you, but also how to tackle it emotionally. And many of these patterns may stem from childhood that are reflective upon in your adult life. So that's something really much symbolic for Gemini, and very much being spiritually aware of what direction to take and to take from this situation, Gemini, to serve a better purpose for you. So good luck to you, Gemini. Keep me posted. I hope you have a fabulous month. Good luck to you, and I'll speak to you soon.